Hello there, my lovely bitches, and welcome to a very special episode for a very special series of Goblets and Gays. If you've noticed, I'm not Aubrey, and if we haven't edited this out, then you'll already know why I'm not. I'm Aki, my pronouns are she, her, and for the next little while, I will be your lovely GM as we embark on a mini series called To Hunt the Moon, set in a homebrew world of my creation called Shambhala, which is heavily inspired by several AAPI mythologies and landscapes written by a BIMPOC for BIMPOC to explore a non-Western slash European-centric world, and thus the majority of this is rooted deeply away from said familiarities. Joining me today, we have you fuckers.
Hi, I'm Fucker.
Hello.
I'm you.
We're going down, so in order. So whoever is beneath
Me,
So all of
unfortunately.
it, I'm kidding.
Hi y'all, I'm Alyssa, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be playing Az, who is a orc barbarian, pronouns she, her.
I think you're missing a key detail about your character, Alyssa.
She is single and ready to mingle. No entanglements here.
Fucking divorce.
Alright, Aubrey, it's your turn.
Hello. This is me. Hopefully I sound all right. Cool. We'll continue. I am Aubrey. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Pyrocantha Elfbloom, our very angry fire bear dragon druid barbarian. Also uses she, her.
So, are they part koala or is it just like a
Bear.
valid? Okay.
The bear is on fire. I don't know how much you really tell too much on that part.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Dusty. I use he pronouns. I'm going to be playing Patrice Sanchez, who uses she, they pronouns. Flesh, warp, Gonzi, monk, fashion icon, probably. They have a cool elephant at this point.
Hello, I guess that means I'm next. I am
Yes.
Sparluck. I use he, him pronouns. And today I am playing Hoshi, our Kitsune bard, who uses she, her pronouns.
Hello, everyone. I guess I'm next. I'm Tick. I use he, she, and they pronouns. And I am playing a actual orange, just a fruit named Clementine, who's just an Asimar Leshy created by God, just because God wanted to see if he could. She's also known as the fruit that shoots. And apparently she's single, Alyssa.
No, wait, I can be single, you have to still be married.
Dudes are real in this goddamn house, huh?
You can find majority of us on our sister podcast, Anima Magiri, at Anima Magiri, which just finished its season finale. And before we begin, do we have any more announcements?
Blood of Kings will be back in a bit. Just after this mini campaign is over, we'll be getting into season 3.
Yep. By now I should have been started, by now as in when this has been released, I should have been started, or I'm doing season 3 art, and I hope these bitches have delivered everything they needed for the season.
Excuse you. I deliver on time and with clarity. How dare you?
You're right. As you said at the beginning of this recording, you're not bitches, you're fucker.
Okay, if we're good, then nobody else has announcements, we're going to start. I'm gonna regret drinking all this Mountain Dew. I'll let out a massive burp, and you guys are gonna be able to hear it because I don't have push to talk on.
Mountain, do it.
Okay. You belong to the moon. She guides you. She confides in you. She follows you, and you're so sure of it. Sure that you will always catch her wherever you go. And you have traveled quite far across nations of earth, water, fire, and now to air. But you are so far from home, aren't you? You are all far from marble walls, storming seas, towers and trees that kiss the sky. So far from home, little one. Tell me, do you wonder what happens if you simply just disappear? What happens to you, to your loved ones, to your memory? What will happen when she forgets you? Will you be kept in glass, hidden where there are no stars? Where do you go? Where do you travel to? And who will be there when you return? if you return. My tiny little adventurers, do you fear death? The new ones, too. There are new souls here, yes. Do you fear death?
As does not really think about death. They've had some near-death experiences, but she's not gonna die anytime soon, so it's not a concern.
And I'd say for Pyra, doesn't really fear death too much because I guess it's not one of those things that's really she hasn't faced death yet. So I don't know, and not in like a fighting death kind of way, but it's hasn't really had like the big death. It's someone she like very personally die. So she hasn't really like come face to face with mortality yet.
Patrice, in a sense, does, but not because they fear dying. They fear not to get to their potential before they.
Just another story to tell a long time in the future from now.
I mean, it doesn't seem too bad. Like, from vague ideas and I can't say memories, but it just does. It seems pretty chill. I don't want to do it yet, but
Unless you come up across your fox, like that whole ripping off faces thing doesn't look like fun.
yeah, that's not a fun way to die. But it's. I think death is pretty peaceful. So I mean, I don't want to be peaceful yet. I still want to be chaotic for now, but being peaceful in the future probably isn't that bad.
Oh, I don't know what, who, where I am. And so we open, looking towards the sky, slowly panning down before we see rows and rows of giant, elegant trees. We're going to move back a month again as we have to introduce two new special little bitches. And so we will pan as we see these rows and rows and rows of trees to the eastern kingdom of Shangdu. And, well, Dusty, what do you look like?
So Patrice is they're a bit tall. I would say like 6'1". They have dark brown skin as if someone that's been in the sun a long time. They don't have any hair, but they do have tattoos covering their whole body. Starting, there is a turtle, a shell on their head, any hair, and they have different flowers. And starting from their neckline, they have what looks like to be a river starting there, going all down their body. Some of it is glowing green. Some of it is just black tattoos because they are part Ganzi. The tattoos are actually covering, if you look closely, they're covering cracks in the skin, but the river tattoo. But they walk with confidence, some earned, some not, and they wear, essentially, it's a hoopli. Forgot how to pronounce it. I should know this, but it's like a indigenous Mexican style dress. No arms, no sleeves, cut around the knees. Lee James.
Amazing.
So no hands?
I'm gonna throw hands at you.
So we see you walking, Patrice. And Eastern Kingdom of Shangdu is a lot different than the rest of Shangdu. Still overflowing with nature and just an abundance of life. Lots of greens. If you looked above at like an aerial view, all of Shangdu kind of just looks like broccoli. To be 100% honest, it's just heavy forested. And so the Eastern Kingdom, however, is pretty modernized. It's you do have roads, you do have streets and whatnot. No cars. Cars don't exist here, but you have tons of like tuk-tuks and rickshaws and all the sort. And you, however, you always attract eyes, not because you're the pinnacle of faction, but because you seem to always have this funky little elephant by your side, right?
Yes, my good friend.
Rutabaga the elephant. And she's just, well, she's carrying your things as usual. She's got a little like blanket, not blanket. Well, a little blanket kind of over her back. It's not meant to wrap around or be warm and stuff. It's more like so that way your butt has a place to sit. If she lets you ride her, she's picky. And you two are on your way home to the beech tree.
Patrice will reach into. They have like a little satchel and will hand and just smile and wave at all people staring. Right now, they are relishing that they got to actually dress up. Once they get back home, it's not so much.
Yes, you live. The peach tree is essentially more like a little orphanage slash monastery, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, yes, yes. So you do, of course, you're waving to people, smiling, being dazzling, and what it's not uncommon for regular people of the Eastern Kingdom to also be quite fashion forward. They're mostly they'll give you a wave. Some of them are confused. You definitely delight children though, because elephant. It really is just the elephant walking beside you, very chill. Like elephants are regarded very highly. You know this, so for you to have Rutabaga by your side as a chill friend is definitely something to take note of. And as you reach the peach tree itself, like most homes, most shelters, in the Eastern Kingdom, it is literally a giant fucking tree in which you live in. Most of the Eastern Kingdom makes use of natural magic and mana, so living in said trees does not harm the trees whatsoever. And well, this is your home. And as you enter, and it looks, for the record, just like like a normal monastery, I will say, like your stereotypical monk temple, just inside a tree. You will see your mentor, Aime, who's like this short, middle-aged individual in simple, loose-fitting, light blue kipaos over like a Western-styled skirt, which you would consider vintage fashion for you. Um, and you see them talking to this even smaller, older dwarven, kind of looks like old Sophie Hatter from Howl's Moving Castle. And they're seated across from each other. There's a small little table in front of them, and they look like they're enjoying some tea and perhaps an orange or two.
You said
Oh,
you said the mentor's name is I.
Aime, yes.
Patrice would get in, like, walk in, and notice the new person. And would walk up. Oh, Ame. Did I even mess it up? Ame.
Aime.
Ame.
I like love.
Yeah. Oh, Ame. Good afternoon. Who is this new friend of yours?
Good afternoon, Patrice. This is the one I've told you about. And the dwarven woman like looks up and looks at you and pretty much sizes you up immediately. She's an old fucking lady. She don't give a shit. And then looks back at Aime and go, "Oh yes, I think this one will do nicely." And Aime though, she'll get up to greet you and give you a respectful nod as he kind of puts like a hand on your shoulder and will introduce you. This is my good friend Zipporah. She's, how do you say this? She's looking for a hire for a job that'll happen in a month, and I think this would be an amazing opportunity for you.
And Patrice would look at Zipporah.
Yes, Zipporah.
Zipporah. Look at Zipporah is like, well, I can assure you that whatever you'll always, how do they say, satisfactory.
Ha 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 ha. You sure about that? Are you? Well, I can see you'll blend right in and Shang.
And you don't have to worry about me unsatisfactory. The block, however long you say, I know what I'm doing.
You sound like you're propositioning her for sex.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dusty, I'm shaving you.
Zipporah will look at you a little oddly and just go, well, based on what Aime says, I can assume you're a decent fighter and hopefully you'll be on your best behavior, but it's just a small job. I will be essentially getting more information as the month goes on, but your travel fee and whatnot will be covered by me. You don't have to worry about it. You also don't have to accept right away. So I guess if you just want to see Shang, this would be a great experience. But if you would like to be a part of the job, I can promise a decent pay. More than decent pay, really. And if you're interested in more work later on, I can also offer the details of the job. Unfortunately, I cannot share right now, which is a bit suspect, but, well, life is full of mystery.
Well, if this is a job that travels, you definitely have my interest. I would say being a decent fighter is a bit of insult to my prowess. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm just saying being a decent fighter is a bit of an insult. More than yes, tentatively yes. I will.
Good to know, good to know. Well, I'll give you my card. I will send you a letter with a ticket and whatnot. For the train ports, of course. And expect to see me within a month, I guess. Really, a few weeks.
Hope to see you soon.
And of course, we're gonna move a little bit towards as you get on the train, I believe. You accept the job, yes?
Yeah.
And as we kind of see, Rutabaga will not be coming on a train with you, by the way. This train was not built for a fucking elephant. And Rutabaga doesn't want to leave Shangdu at all.
I make sure I give them.
She will appreciate it, of course. Nice num-nums. And before you leave, she does give you a rather knowing look. Almost as if to say, behave yourself.
Patrice would just they'll look back like what do
You hear, the little elephant. If an elephant could really snort, it snorts, with its little trunk, and then it will essentially rub your head. Like it's rubbing a belly for good luck. It will rub your head, and you're familiar with this motion, sort of. It's not a goodbye. It's a see you later.
Mm-hmm.
And as you enter the train, we will cut to the bark of a tree as it transitions into the helm of a ship, broken and adrift in a dark sea. On it breaches the mighty hand of a strong orc named Oz. So, what do you look like, Alyssa?
Yeah. Oz is an orc, so she's tall, like 7 feet tall, muscular, has sort of gray-green skin that's covered in black work tattoos. Her long, dark hair is sort of braided back out of her face, and the top half of her face is covered by a silver gray sort of half mask that has red spines coming out of the top and red fins off of the side. It kind of resembles an oarfish and is a symbol of her dedication to Verendos.
Yes. So you breach the surface, the rest of you, and I will say, because I don't need you to make a roll for this or anything, but you don't feel panicked or tired. In fact, you've had this dream before. You are calm against the storm. You know this is how your god chooses to comfort you. They simply swallow your anxiety of that specific night. And that anxiety tends to creep up on you on nights when you are particularly alone. So, you want to ask or do anything?
I would like to just sort of, I guess, send out thanks for the comfort. And yeah, I don't know. Do I want to ask something, Aki? What should I ask?
I don't know. You're the one fucking them. Yes, they're technically comforting you. You can talk to them. You know that they are there.
Yeah, I think that Az says, nice to know I'm in your thoughts.
In my thoughts and in my prayers, champion. And you hear the voice, by the way, ring out around you. And this is when you'll notice that not only are you like adrift in deep dark waters with a little piece of wood keeping you afloat, but all around you is also a fucking storm. This is just, if anything, hearing their voice is the best way to tell you that this is 100% a dream, because how the hell are you going to hear anything?
And in your embrace.
My eternal embrace.
I'm sorry, Aubrey.
I know it's the chat.
Yep. Well, no need to think about eternity in this particular moment, but I'd love to spend some time with you here and now.
I'm sorry, I saw the fucking gif now. Stupid Titanic looking ass. So you feel the winds kind of pick up a little bit. And the sea gets just a little rougher. And she says, "Oh, how fickle. It would appear my time with you is reaching to an end. Do you wish to drown, or would you prefer an embrace?"
I would do as you will, but I'd always prefer an embrace.
"Embrace it is." And the winds will pick up. And essentially, a fucking hurricane is going to touch down. And you are in the eye of the storm, essentially. But the winds are just so powerful. So you're just slowly being brought up from the waters up to the sky. And you're not shaking or spinning violently or anything. It's very much like a gentle pull upwards. And truly the last thing you will see is the maw of a great beast, bigger than your eyes can really focus. And then you wake up.
Az travels a lot, so I think their home is pretty simple. They have little trinkets that they've brought, from their various trips. Probably some gifts from Clem sort of scattered around, but it's really just sort of bare necessities.
You look up, you probably have one of those Chinese convenience store calendars up on your wall somewhere, and circled on it, you'd know that today, specifically, you were told you have to help Hong, who is essentially this elf and butler to Alice Chow, your employer, that you need to go pick up Zipporah and recruits. And for the record, Hong will be it's a little weird. Hong will be coming to pick you up, and together you're going to go pick them up. This will be a giant carriage pool.
I mean, I know that Clem is one of the new recruits, right?
I don't know. Did Clem tell you?
Clem, you told me, right?
Okay, you see, I would say yes normally, but considering I didn't spend all of episode 1 simping over the fact that you were coming, I'm gonna say I don't know you're coming, so I didn't think to mention it.
Okay, so then...
Because I assumed I didn't know you were coming, because I was like, otherwise I would have spent at least 30 minutes of last session simping over you.
Valid. So then I am less excited than I would be had I known that Clem was one of these new recruits, but always happy to do work for Alice.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to do anything, any preparations for the day before you're picked up, or would you just like to get picked up?
Just get picked up.
All right. So, little time passes, just enough for you to maybe, I don't know, shovel something into your mouth. And, you, essentially, hear something kind of drop on your doorstep. It's like the trotting of hooves on stone, really. And, you are a bit familiar, of carriage, creature-drawn carriages and whatnot. And you can only expect what to see, as you open the door and you see, Hong, who is this, like I said, a tall elf, middle-aged, I'll say, and he is essentially driving this carriage, and the carriage is quite, luxurious. Big, it's something straight out of Cinderella, probably, honestly. And, the horses, though, actually, would you fucking know? You can make a survival or a society, whichever you prefer.
Well, that's a 5 on the dice, so I'm guessing it's not going to be great. Oh, plus 10, 15.
You look at these horses and you go, I don't think horses are supposed to have scales. Are they sick? And then you see, from the back, it moves a bit, and you're like, oh fuck, shit, never mind. And you just get in the carriage. Do you want to sit up front with Hong, or would you like to sit inside the carriage?
No, I'm absolutely sitting up front and chatting.
Well, Hong will give you a a very nice, slowish nod of the head, closing both eyes and whatnot. It's rather respectful, and we'll just go, as you look like you've slept well.
Yes, I'm excited to be out here today. Are you expecting trouble or just wanted some company for this particular errand?
Oh, no trouble, I hope. Mostly, well, I'm assuming you will be offered the same job, so I thought it would be nice if you were to perhaps meet the people that you potentially will work for.
So efficient.
Well, of course. And he just, he pulls on the reins, and then the back shoots out, like, of the horses. They shoot out some bat wings, and instead of, chilling, taking the road like like poor people, you are flying through the sky like rich people, and you will essentially make your way to train station. Would you like to have a conversation, or would you skip ahead?
Let's just skip ahead.
All right. Doesn't take you too long. Air traffic is pretty good, and you will essentially be able to just slide on over to the train pool. Landing. Thankfully, you're not in the carriage. Carriage do bump a little bit. These roads are all essentially kind of stone, for majority of it, so it's bumpy, and maybe your ass hurts a little bit. It's a constant bump. You know what I mean? But when you're essentially parked, Hong will look to you and go, would you mind fetching them for me? I don't want to pay parking fees.
Of course. How many am I expecting?
I believe, my dear lady said 3 or 4? Yes, 3 or 4.
I will bring them safely to you.
Thank you. He gives you another little bow of the head and essentially waits outside looking at the fucking, security guards that are outside who are looking at him. He's low key blocking. He starts to move a little bit, but he's still like not supposed to park here. It's one of those things,
Mm-hmm.
It's a drop off. Oh god, it's so funny. Ferris can't be here because Ferris is at an airport. This is essentially what's gonna happen to them. And yeah, we'll cut to our group on the train. Yes. Where we last left off with you had seen Shang from the outside, and now you're entering the city. And the view from outside, when you were like making your way towards Shang, and you could see Shangri-La as well, that was fucking beautiful. The minute you start getting into the city, though, you can see all the other train tracks where they kind of lead to. You see some broken down ones. You see where the ones that need to be fixed are all onto the side. And then just constant wires and construction. And you're like, oh, okay, wait a minute.
Not so pretty anymore.
Yeah, you're like, okay. The magic and wanderlust of entering, though. Wow, that really left an impression. All of this, though, this is the equivalent of you going to a nice vacation and then trying to get a good view. And instead the view you get in your hotel room is like the parking lot.
Too real.
No.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And you're closing in, on certain tunnels and whatnot, and you can feel the train get to a full stop. Gives you a little rock back, but you're good. And you will see eventually Zipporah actually doesn't even get up immediately. She just sits and waits as other people file up and out through. You can see that she's done this quite often, and she knows a little old lady like herself getting off and trying to get out of the train in this rush is like ridiculous. And so she'll just simply wait until the majority of the people leave before she gets up.
Yeah, and Pyro will also just take the time to like collect her things and settle a nugget into her like little sash.
Yes, the chicken.
Yes. The chicken is important.
The chicken is so important. What about the rest of you two? Hoshi and Clem.
Well, I mean, I feel like I just get my animals under control. We're meeting some people here, right? Like, make sure Moof and Minerva are on their best behavior. Make sure my weapons are just kind of. I've been here before, right? Like this is kind of the.
This is your home, essentially.
Like this is my house. I'm like, yeah. Like, I didn't lose the wanderlust. I never had it.
Yeah, it's not like where you live is subjective, the best way to put it. Like, if whether I don't know if you told me whether or not you wanted to be a citizen of Shang or Shangri-La, because you live in the pillar, right? So living there is like a neutral ground.
Mhm.
So you never told me which.
I was just like, I just want to live in the pillar. I did not need elaboration.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're just there.
I'm
You're,
the fruit that shoots. I don't need a house.
yeah, you're a fucking urban legend. You're a cryptid, like a less sexy cryptid.
Much less sexy cryptid.
First off, I come into this house to be fucking insulted, I guess. But
I mean, if you want to make a society check to maybe like ask your rumors of what people think the fruit that shoot looks like I'll let you roll it.
hold on,
I'm
let
gonna
me
hurt
pull
your
a-
feelings. Like,
That's fine. I gotta know. Let's make a society check. I'm trained in society. I got a 26.
amazing. So you would know that people literally think you look like the annoying orange, but with feet and hands, and you have a Glock, like this gif that I made. Except that's more literal. People really think you are a fruit that shoots, and you are also well known, or you're aware that you are well known for shenanigans, your mouth, essentially. The shit that come out of your mouth. Oh my god. The best way to put it is that I think you would be the equivalent of a living meme. Like, people have made memes off of you. Whether or not you embrace this newfound popularity or not is up to you. Like, you can be totally Putin about it, you know?
I roll a society check and it's just Aki roasting me for 2 minutes.
I told you.
No, it's fine. I'll take it. You know what? Being famous, even in memes, is some sort of a fame and popularity. So, like, sure.
I will say there are some people that sell shirts of you. There is merch.
Unlicensed merch.
Unlicensed
Unlicensed merch.
You know, it's that when I say you're a living meme, I don't mean like haha he, but like they definitely were like, look at this shit. It's a fruit that shoots, and they went with it. You're definitely popular with the kids. You know, people definitely use your memes in I don't know what kind of Twitch logs we got here, but
I can't believe like an orange with a Glock is now a Twitch meme in Shambhala.
yeah, it's essentially like that. You're popular. Well, like you're like more. Yeah, no, you're popular. You're a bit of a niche, though. And I will say this has been going on for a little while. But to be fair, that means you have the skills to back up majority of your claims. So, I would say maybe you've been a meme for about 1.5 to 2 years. More like less than that.
A meme that lives that. I am a god.
Well, I mean, there's probably several memes of you, but everybody knows the fruit that shoots. You know.
I think Clem and I can live with being a
Yeah.
Clem more so than I, but
Yes. You're popular enough for all the way in Shangsung to hear about you, right? Hoshi knew a couple songs.
yeah, I guess I am popular. In the meme format.
And speaking of which, that's a good transition. Hoshi is sitting there. She's gotten her magical instrument, and she's like coming up with rhymes. And she's like, "Our new recruit is quite the brute. Don't you know we got the fruit that shoots? Ah."
Oh, I fucking love it. For reference, Patrice is not with you guys yet. But is Patrice on the train? The train that got almost robbed? The train where you shot like 3 people? Yes. And speaking of Patrice, the train docks for you too. And all day essentially, you had a full fucking 24 hours on this train where you heard nothing but rumors of people trying to rob an old lady in the middle of the night. You definitely heard some gunshots. You heard something about like a dog or a large rat. People weren't sure. Just mauling a guy to death. And you definitely 100% saw a bear on fire in the middle of the night, just zooming past you, and you just, instead of going to help or anything, you thought about it for a bit and then went, nah. Went back to sleep.
I think they definitely, because seeing like a fiery bear, Patrice would like think about it for a second. It's like, no, there's no way piracy.
Not
Joke's
at all.
on you.
Yeah, you definitely made use of that ticket though. You didn't you're not in like a really good part of the train where it's like, you get your separate rooms or anything like that. You were definitely like, but you did have like a whole little side, a whole seat essentially to yourself. The trains were like, facing, like the seats were kind of like facing each other. Excuse me, and there was enough leg room and whatnot. It's just nobody chose to sit beside you because they didn't have to. And so if you wanted to like stretch out your legs sideways and like actually sleep as if you were like in a bed sorta, you totally could have done that. And it would have been very like, it would have been okay on your back. But just out of fucking nowhere, a bear on fire flew on by. You're pretty sure like an orange was riding and like a dog covered in ketchup. You're not sure. Because they were just hopping on the seats, and you're like, okay, no, I'm closing my eyes to this.
I'm not getting paid for this.
Oh, and there was totally someone just strumming a little guitar as they're running as well. It's just it was a loud commotion, and then people were talking about it the next day, and you just simply decided, I'm gonna enjoy my ride. Pyra will never believe.
Honestly, yeah, but we have to set the pirates as soon as I get off.
And so, you all get off. Wait on the platform. And Zipporah's looking around, and she'll see you, Patrice, and wave to you. And Patrice, you will, rub out your face. Maybe, like, get that, like, I don't know, train smoke dampness off you. And then you'll look, and you'll turn, and you'll see Zipporah with it beside a large fox, a large owl, an orange with a gun, a sweet-looking lady, and then Pyra.
Yeah, Patrice would definitely first see Zipporah, and then they would actually see Pyra and just like run at them, but like not like in the guns, they like hit them. They like get over there and they would like yell "Mi flama" and then pick Patrice up. Patrice would pick up Pyra, even though they're definitely much bigger than they are.
They're like 6'2".
Yeah, but you're like a bear, so you're.
This is true.
Yes, and Patrice would put you down. It's like, holy shit, that was you last night.
Oh, you were on the train?
Yeah. Wait. What? Why? Did is that the fucking?
I mean, yeah, that's Clem. She's my sis. It's weird.
Hi. Aubrey, quick question. Have you ever introduced me to Patrice before?
I don't think so.
So I'm going to notice the not low-key romantic tension going on right now because it's not subtle. I don't have to make. Yeah, I don't have to check. I know. They're like, oh well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Clem, Pyra's wonderful, cooler sister, and you are.
Don't believe her lies.
Sister. Well, I'm Patrice. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Are we all on the same job?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just gonna look at the such as I said. I'm so sorry. I don't.
Zipporah.
I was gonna say Zeppelin. I was like, this is not right. This is not Led Zeppelin. But yes, Zipporah.
Zipporah will look at Patrice and Pyra and go, "Oh, you two know each other. Are you friends from work?"
Patrice's hand is definitely like on Pyra's shoulder and just like, yes, work.
Yes. The same as I like, fiddle with the necklace you gave me.
Oh yeah, the turtle one.
Yeah.
I'm giving you both looks.
I just want to let you know, I know you're lesbian. I was just joking. I thought, ha ha, because I'm old.
Yeah.
I was trying to do a joke, the kids these days. Never mind. Someone carry my bags. And as she says that, as comes, as you see, a giant woman on fire, a bald bitch, then a sweet-looking one with a little shamisen, and then Clem, surrounded by animals.
Did Clem have these animals the last time I saw her?
Probably, yeah. You know Moof Moof and Minerva. Moof Moof, the destroyer of souls and devourer of life, and then Minerva, who doesn't have a title yet.
Needs to get a crit. Yes, so I will ignore everyone else and shout, Clem! Clem, I didn't know.
Yes!
Are you part
Oh.
of these new recruits?
Yeah, you're on this mission?
Not yet, but probably. And I will sweep her up into a spinny gay hug.
You see, I'm not gonna be so big. I can't give you a bunch of face kisses, like I want to be gay on main.
Ira just like, oh, I did not perceive this. Because this is awkward and weird.
Your sister. I did not expect.
Oh, right. And I'm gonna point at Pyra and be like, I don't know if you've met Az, but that's Pyra. That's my less cool sister. Well, I mean, less cool literally and figuratively.
Well, no one could be as cool as you, Clem.
The hair
Aw.
smolders.
Is Patrice is gonna get pretty close. Is this like they just like this?
But honestly, I'm not sure with Clem half the time. I'm not sure they understand how fire works.
Zipporah is going to look at you, Hoshi, and just go, "It appears everybody knows each other. Did you know them too?"
I've heard of them.
Shit!
I feel so left out.
Me too.
Just me and you.
Yeah. What? She gives you she lifts her hand in like a fist, waiting for a bump.
and we'll receive one in turn.
Good show. Right. This was an accident. You all seem to know each other. Well, okay.
Some better than others.
Extremely.
Hoshi says at the ones that are making out.
Yes, extremely. You know, Hoshi. This is going to sound a little weird, but it would appear that I have the power of attracting lesbians. The young miss is also.
I've been told the same myself.
It's a power that only the efficient seem to have. Alright, well, as I was going to introduce you to everyone, I don't know who you don't know anymore, but I do have a few things, so if you would please help me with my bags, that would be helpful.
Yeah, Az will grab all the bags with no effort.
As if I knew you were coming, I would have got you a gift. I'm so sorry, but oh my god, the stuff that happened. The train got attacked and everything like that. There was a whole fight. I'm just gonna start talking. And keep talking.
I will also fill in Patrice as to what happened a little bit more in depth.
There was a train fight, and I shot someone, and someone shot me through the shoulder, and it really hurt, but it's fine because I got attacked back. Moof Moof was the MVP.
Moof Moof, the floof floof, bringer of death and eater of faces.
Az pauses on the walk to squish Moof Moof's face and praise them.
Moof Moof loves it. Moof Moof loves you.
Mm-hmm. You got that tail wagging, all that good pet stuff.
Exactly.
It's not a far walk or a long walk by any means necessary to be carriage, and for the rest of you, yes, it is nice. It is a nice, very good-looking big carriage, straight out of Cinderella type of elegance, and which does attract a few eyes. If the rest of you would like to make a society check or a survival check, I will allow it, whichever you prefer, or if you want to do both this time around, I can give it to you. The society.
What is our goal?
Your goals. So society checks could either be for this intricate symbol that you can't tell if it's for decor or if it means something else, which you'll find not only on the doors to the carriage, but you'll also find it on the train ports. It was occasionally on the side of the trains, if you looked and saw, and it'll definitely be in the front of the station and whatnot. The society check could also low-key be for the animals, but just let me know if you want to vibe check the animals. And if you do want to vibe check the animals and suck at society, I will also allow survival.
I'll use survival 'cause it's a bit
I
higher,
rolled
but-
survival to just sort of look at the animals because honestly, Pyra is probably more interested by that being a druid. And I got an 8.
You got a what?
18.
18. I heard I got a E,
Yeah,
and I was
got
like,
it.
are you hungry? You want to eat them?
Yum,
Uh,
yum,
as
yum, yum.
someone as someone that has a lot of animals, I would also like to make a survival check. I got a 23.
Okay, for the 18, you have seen a like these kinds of horses before, these horses with scales on them, and you would have known or them by, essentially, it's not their real names or anything, or their proper names. It's more of like a nickname that's gotten popular in the recent years. They are dragon horses. And you, Clem, though, you know the words. You know exactly what they're called. They're called long, and that's essentially,
Okay.
it is essentially what they are. They're dragon horses. They, if you need even more like clarification on it, they're just ancient Chinese horses. Chinese mythos have a lot to do with horses, and my favorite ones are the dragon horses. So whoever owns this carriage and therefore owns the horses is pulling some mad dollars.
Yeah, I'm gonna remark that, one, out of character, dragon horse seems like the coolest thing I've ever heard of in my life, and I love them. Second, I will share that like with the group, like, oh look, they're sorry, botched this, but Longma?
Longma, yeah.
Yeah, Longma. It's like, oh, Longma.
And meanwhile, on the society front, that's a 21 for Hoshi.
Okay. And a 9 or a 10, sorry, for your nat 1,
A
Patrice.
10, yes.
Patrice, you look at these symbols and you think, my god, is it gaudy? What the fuck?
You could see Patrice kind of like looking at them, kind of like the both look of like trying to understand, but their face says like, ugh. Kind of like Tyra Banks looking at something.
Yeah. And you're seeing this everywhere in this particular location. You're just like, God, I mean, Shang is supposed to be like another high fashion area. And you're like, well, I hope the fashion is better than the decor and the architecture. But you, Hoshi, you know very well. You've seen this on like the seals of letters and whatnot you got, especially the one for this job, the information which it held. This is the seal of the Chows. And the Chows are a very prestigious family in Shang. Their current head of the family is doing a lot, breaking a lot of sort of breaking a lot of boundaries, but doing a lot of good with all that fucking money she's got. And you do know that she owns this train, therefore she owns the station and all of the stations and train ports throughout the entire continent. And I will say, you probably just figured out who Zipporah works for.
She works for the Longma.
And you guys will all see Hong, the elf who's driving the carriage, and he will actually step down to help move the bags in the back, the equivalent of a carriage trunk, if you will. And he'll open the door for the rest of you guys to just kind of pile in. But before you get in, he'll actually stop you real quick and go, yes, I believe this is the first time for most of you here, correct, in Shang?
Yes.
I've been around.
All right. Well, if you would like, don't see why you can't explore a little bit. We could either see the mistress first, or, well, I could say
I mean, I don't know about everybody else. I don't know. I wouldn't mind grabbing something to eat before we all talk business.
I'm down for the adventure.
Yeah, no, lunch sound.
Anyway, we've been on a train for the past day and a half, and train food.
I just want to say that the train food wasn't that bad.
I know. I was like,
The train food wasn't that bad.
not bad, but so many small portions.
Don't insult our hosts. Can't you tell? They own the trains.
Ah, well then.
Ooh, Pyra's in trouble.
What?
You
Don't they,
Pyra,
like-
you'll see out of the corner of your eyes Zipporah writing in her book, doesn't like the train food.
There is a look on Patrice's face, like when it says, but she thinks.
But yeah, down for whatever everybody else wants to do. If we want to just go learn about this job, get it over with, great. If we want to go grab something to eat before we do this, great. I have no particular plans.
I mean, a little bit of sightseeing, a little bit of food, a little bit of chilling before we go. That sounds nice to me. Especially after the train ride we had.
Plus, we don't want to just show up in town and then suddenly appear. How many people are there around us? Like that aren't
Oh,
that
like
aren't part of
part of our
generally?
group? Yeah.
A lot. You guys are in the middle of, well, not necessarily in the middle of town, but this is towards the train ports, and therefore it's rather busy.
Is it like, rush hour in the metro? That doesn't really help you, I imagine, for picturing. Or are they social distancing from us?
Well, they're not right up at you because technically you're on the edge of the street, if that makes sense at all. But are people moving past you to get through and stuff like that so they can get in or just not bump into you? Yeah. The best way to put it is that Shang is rather busy all the time.
Okay.
A
So
good way to think about it is Chicago.
So instead of saying something directly like I was about to, me and my big mouth, I'll say something heavily implying that, and kind of coding it so that people passing by don't hear, that it might be good for us to, appear around town before just showing up to steal something. Might be suspicious if we don't act like tourists first.
I think Patrice will look at you. Is like, I don't think Patrice knows about the job, but they kind of like
Yeah,
look
but
at,
if
like
Pyrus like, wait, we're stealing something?
Well, just there's nothing that directly. So if you don't know we're stealing something,
Yeah, Spyro
it
doesn't.
won't like.
Pyra, I'm here for the briefing, I say quietly. Pyra, you're sitting right next to me as we got details about this. Pyra!
Zipporah will look at you all. Her expression is not panicked, but definitely wide-eyed, and will just say, "Well, it's not like we're doing the job now. It's more like, would you like to go meet the lady, good lady, and
The lady.
figure out if you're even going to be a part of the job?"
I mean, yeah, I guess that probably would help. Knowing
Why don't we
the
just go
full details.
sightsee? Let's go sightseeing first.
Okay.
You fools. Get some nice food, relax a little bit. Internally, like maybe I could make this into an accidental date, quote unquote, who knows? But just relax a little bit in this wonderful city before we do anything else.
Exactly what I was saying.
I think we have different motives for it, but I just want to relax, honestly, for like a solid half hour.
I think there's a shop nearby that sells shirts with these like oranges with guns on them.
I'm what the kids call a meme, apparently.
oh dear.
Proud of you, babe.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is my rise to fame, I guess.
Yeah, let's go sightseeing. And then Patrice will do grabbing the shoulder of Pyra very gaily and just like, did you want to grab maybe coffee and catch up?
Yes, coffee actually is really good right now.
Yes, I'm going to sit up in the front. And as you guys will pile in, Hong will close the door, and you definitely hear a ow as Hong probably got whacked by Zipporah's something. And you guys will be off. Is there anywhere in particular you would like to go? I heard mentions of food. Would you like street vendors, or would you like to straight up like go to a market or a restaurant?
Oh, a market would be nice.
Okay, here's the thing with Shang. Shang has several markets, with several sections in it. So it's like if you want to go to the food specific area, it's going to be a lot of street food. Plus, on one side and on the other side, it's like a farmer's market. So
let's avoid the farmer's market
yeah,
for now.
yeah. I was like, I thought I should be a little specific. So I'm assuming we're going to go to the food vendors essentially.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
So, you're not flying. I'll let you know that for a fact. You guys are going to take essentially the scenic route. And you're trotting along, and I will let you guys know that your ass kind of hurts because, cobblestone roads type of vibe, that haven't breached to dirt yet. So it's just bump, 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 bump on your ass. All the way there. If you choose to look out the windows, which you do have, though they're not like they're not huge, and they're more like tinted, so that way people can't look inside the carriage at you guys. You will see just how bustling this Shang is in general. It seems like people are coming in and out, walking on the streets. Traffic is fucking insane. In a sense of, are there sidewalks and and whatnot, so that way carriages and stuff don't drive onto them, and it's for the pedestrians to walk safely. Yeah, there are. Are the pedestrians using them? No. They're jaywalking whenever the fuck they want to. The people here walk with a purpose, and quite literally, nobody knows who has right of way. You're just there. It's
like all major cities.
Yes, it just happens. Every now and then you get to especially to the street vendor areas. Hong will simply ask you guys to get off at some point after constantly moving a little bit and then stopping, and you guys rock a little bit because people are just pouring in front of him, behind him. You'll occasionally even hear one person going, "I'm walking here. Oh my god!" And but you hear the "oh my god" part like as they're running by. They're not walking, zooming. In front of the horse dragons. It's they don't care. And I'm assuming you guys will get off to get your food.
Yeah.
Cool.
And as we're in the carriage stuff, Ira will hold Nugget very close and be like, "Okay, you have to make sure to stay really close to me. It's very busy out there, and I don't want to lose you."
Moo could always hold Nugget for you.
No.
We definitely don't want to lose Nugget in the farmer's market.
No.
Nugget blinks. Moof's mouth waters a little bit, and I might sneeze.
Salad.
Excuse me. And Zipporah will actually kind of knock up in the front, towards the carriage, and you'll see like a little slit or whatnot open up, so that way she can kind of see you and you can hear her, and she'll just say, "If you want, you could just leave your animals here. The farmer's market does include the selling of live animals, so I think it would be best to leave your chicken."
Yes.
Yes.
In
the carriage.
Yes, I was probably thinking that, but I didn't want to impose.
Oh no, you're technically still a guest, so you may leave Nugget.
Yes.
Yes, you may leave Nugget here. We will keep a close eye. Actually, you could just leave Nugget up in the front. I'm not sure if I want a massacre in the back seat. If you choose to leave the fox. And she looks at the fox, and it's like, like a dun 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 zoom. Yeah.
Yep.
Zooms in on this fox face, like unamused.
Yes,
sorry. It is Zipporah who is speaking.
Because if said fox did happen to eat my chicken, I guess I'm going to have a new fox cloak.
No. First off, it's a bold assumption you can defeat Moof. Second off,
I mean, I don't think anyone wants to try.
That's fair. I will.
If the fox eats my chicken.
Yes, but yo también.
I will tell my companions to stay behind and tell them specifically to not eat the chicken. They will follow these instructions. Minerva more so than Moof.
I will leave the chicken up front, away from the other animals.
Yes. As you try to hand Nugget off to Zipporah looks like she's willing, like she wants to hold the chicken, but just too hesitant. And Hong will straight up take the chicken like it's it's a ball, and kind of put it immediately underneath his arm, and Nugget's not gonna go anywhere if Nugget gets startled or something. It's just, this is a man who's held chickens.
So, as we're exiting, Hoshi will surreptitiously wink at Zipporah and take her magical instrument and hand it to the driver and be like, "This is my livelihood. Don't let anything happen to this. It means everything to me." knowing full well it's gonna disappear in like 20 minutes.
Hong will take it with his free hand, and they'll just look at it, and they'll go, yes, I will watch over it. And he's looking, he's trying not to show that he's I don't know, shook or anything, because he's, whatever jobs he does it quite well, and is pretty good at putting on like a poker face essentially. But he has a chicken in one hand, and now apparently the most precious item to another in his other hand, and he also has to park. so he's a little like, okay, yes, sure, of course. And is there anything else you guys want to do? Any more hassling of these two elders? Or would you like to go get some street meat?
Let's get some street meat.
I hate that, but yes.
Amazing. So the vendors are quite busy. And by busy, I mean like there doesn't seem to be like a break really in between right now. You can't really tell if this is you guys are probably actually at brunch time, I want to say, So like, could you get breakfast items? Probably. Will you get a mix of breakfast and lunch? Most likely. And even then, everything is very subject. You get. You will also see it's quite common for some people to straight up just sit on the side of the street, or on the side of the road, really, almost beside the vendors. If the vendors don't even, whether or not the vendors themselves even have seating areas outside, like little fastly made ones, they just sit on the street, and they're eating whatever they want. Another thing you will notice is that one, it is an overwhelming smell of just deliciousness. It kind of almost makes your mouth water, especially depending on how hungry you really were. It's some good smelling shit right here. And everything else is just busy. It's the best way to put it. It's a sea of people that somehow know exactly where they're going. And so I'm going to ask you guys, what do you fancy?
We'll immediately grab Patrice, and I don't know, try to follow the smell of tea and coffee.
Tea and coffee, very easy. I will say that there are a couple places definitely offering these beverages. It's almost even like they're free at this point. You'll see some people with clay cups and whatnot, little ones, and they're all just sipping tea or coffee, like an espresso. It actually fits an espresso. You'll see them walking around with it, and they're going on with their day, and the rest of them are just chilling and whatnot, sitting where they are. You guys got any food restrictions?
Patrice.
Very fond of chicken, will not eat foxes. So.
No, on my end, we'll eat oranges.
Yes.
I imagine the only thing Pirate probably doesn't eat is chicken, because that's weird for her.
Amazing.
Why is it weird?
So, gosh, there's just the variety of what you guys can get is a lot. You'll actually notice there are a lot of dishes being served that are not from Shang. And you can kind of assume that maybe these people have lived in other areas around the continent. Like, they'll definitely see some like Sangalan curry here and there, and other things that I cannot, like pancet and stuff like that. Things I cannot name, even though I kind of had a list of names and I lost it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I know exactly what we should get.
What?
Pancakes.
You guys want to get pancakes?
We need to get pancakes.
Like pancakes, or the little tiny flaky ones?
Just pancakes.
Pancakes, always good.
All right.
Pancakes are always great.
I think what you'll end up finding are essentially crepe vendors. Because that might be unless you want to go to like a sit-in place with pancakes. You know what I mean? Pancakes are a little more demanding to make, and demanding to eat in a way.
Okay, wait. Here's a plan. We get the batter. We get like a little pan to make them, and Clem stands on Az's shoulder and uses Pyro's hair to cook the pancakes.
Fucking god, it's still gonna be more like a crepe.
Yeah.
True. We can get crepes. I
also think that Pyro wants to find a place where she can talk to Patrice and catch up a little bit. So
This is just a weird double date with she's sitting in the background confused.
Yep. For the record, it is quite common to just walk around and talk as street food. But if you really want a place to sit and eat, there are definitely areas, but they are very makeshift. Like you are sitting on the road with a table and some plastic chairs kind of vibe. You'll still sit and whatnot, and people will still essentially serve you. Actually, they won't. You're gonna buy it, and then you're gonna go move there and sit. You know what I mean?
Honestly, mood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some crepes, walk and talk is actually good.
Yeah.
If you guys want to sit down, yeah, but I'm just like, let's go for a walk and talk about all your adventures and stuff.
Basically, crepes are for walking and talking. And if you want legitimate pancakes, then I can give you a place to sit.
Could we get a place to sit, and could we get coffee, and actually could Patrice get some
Yes, you can.
Yes, 100%.
Pyra, is there like any other place you want, or would you also be up?
Kanji's good.
Okay, cool. I'll do. Okay, you two are gonna get kanji. What are the rest of you three doing?
Walk and talking crepes.
Walk and talking crepes good. I don't know what she's doing because I'm sorry. You're the third wheel no matter where you go.
She is technically the fifth wheel.
You can go off on your. You can join someone, or you can go off on your own. I'm sorry, Sparlock.
Can't believe Sparlock's dead.
Sparlock's like, I'm the fifth wheel. I'm not speaking to any of you fuckers.
I'm looking up kanji because the only thing I could think of is like, was that the Japanese font? Basically, font's not the right word.
Alphabet
typeset. Alphabet. Thank you. I couldn't remember the word alphabet. How sad is that?
It's kind of like a porridge.
Yeah, it's a little bit porridge like. Yeah.
Oh, I see it.
It's a rice porridge.
Yeah.
And then you get usually like meats and mushrooms and greens are also or straight up seafood can also be put in it. There's lots of ways to make kanji. Kanji is usually also served with side dishes, which you guys will get. Just little ones, like probably some grilled meats or something like that on the side, or I don't know if you guys know what like haogao and sumoi are, but that might be a thing you'll get. And if not, then I will do my best to explain.
Do they have like hair? Possibly not, like rabbit, not like on their head.
I was like, that's an interesting choice. Yes,
like rabbit. You want to eat rabbits, like rabbit meat or kanji?
Yeah, like rabbit meat.
I mean, there probably is rabbit meat. Will this place have it? Yeah, fucking maybe. Sure, like if you want it, maybe. Sure. Yeah, if you want like other thing, like like you want some buns, like chow chu bao and stuff like that, like essentially buns filled with like meat, I can probably get you some barbecue rabbit meat. No bun. Skewers are also a thing. I just need to know what you guys want to fucking eat.
Crepe and walking is good for Az and I because we're going on a little date.
Yes.
Yep.
I know that much.
Yeah, I think we'll sit down and leave the couples to it. Possibly even get a separate table. How many do you?
Two people are sitting down. 2 people are choosing to walk. So theoretically, you can either sit in third wheel,
or walk in third wheel,
or you can go. I'm gonna ditch both of you and do your own thing.
I think kind of the sit and ditch both of them.
Yeah, I'll give you that for sure. And if you just wanted to have like a meal with like specifically rabbit meat and stuff like that, we can totally...
I'm just trying to think of what she would want to eat.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if rabbit meat is a thing. It seems like a very foxish thing but I don't know. Like,
I will let you know that the races are not like ancestries are not like secluded in areas or anything like that. It would literally just be like a preference, you know what I mean? Do you want lamb today, or you want pork, you want chicken? Like, it'll be something.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not sure like who eats rabbit. Just
I have
people
I have
rabbit
before
is,
actually.
Yeah, people.
It's really good
rabbit.
actually.
I had a clarinet teacher that would like make the rabbits in the backyard disappear every once in a while. I
Oh,
just don't know if it comes up in Asian cuisine.
Oh, true.
It does. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
'cause
trying to look that up because I'm like, rabbit kanji, is that a thing or am I just talking out of my butt? So yes.
Yeah. Don't worry. You'll probably get, bro. Like I've had shit like I've had like Szechuan style rabbit before. So and Szechuan is
Okay.
just like a sauce, a very spicy.
that sounds kind of
Okay.
cool. I haven't
It-
had
it-
rabbit
Yeah.
before,
yeah.
but that sounds
So
good.
so like don't worry about it. The way meat and shit like that works in general is just what the hell's available, right? So
Yeah.
it really is just like I know you don't eat pork, so I wasn't gonna throw pork at you in character. You know what I mean? Because I want to make you uncomfortable while actually playing it and stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna go and we're gonna do the sitting people and then we're gonna do the walking people. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Sitting date first.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have decided to order kanji, and you'll find that this vendor has made some makeshift patio seats, essentially. You'll get like a little wobbly table. That you just kind of like have to hold. Someone on one side has to like put their foot down on the stand, and then it won't wobble anymore. And your seats are like easy plastic chairs. And you sit and wait for a bit as you essentially have ordered and paid for what you wanted. And first, what comes down is probably your tea, unless you wanted coffee, in which you would have gotten coffee as well, like in a separate cup. Like you would get like straight up a cup of coffee, and then you would have also gotten teacups and a teapot for tea. So it really is just go for it, take what you want. And then the kanji will come momentarily with what your toppings and whatnot of choice. There's seafood kanji, there's just general meat kanji, that kind of stuff. You would also probably get a side of something. I'm trying to think of sides. Probably just some meat skewers, so that way you're nice and filled.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy or fancy, really. It's quite humble of a meal, and if you'd like to talk, go ahead.
Yeah. Probably would just be like, oh, I mean, it was.
Yeah. I'm very happy to see you. I did not expect to see you
I didn't either.
so soon. Yeah, I was still at with my mentor Shangdu, and I was offered this job.
I was still working at the bar when I was offered this job.
Yeah. How have things been?
Yeah, that was a couple months. Continue working at the bar. Trying to just figure out what I want to do. Because I know bar temporary. Just kind of get out in the world and experience things. And honestly, still about all this time working at the bar, I'm actually nowhere any closer to actually understanding what I want to actually do. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe I can find a life of crime.
Maybe it's not necessarily crime, but we'll figure it out.
Not necessarily, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe adventure next.
Yeah,
I think I know Dad is always just like, I'm proud of you no matter what you do, but I definitely think I threw him a curveball with the whole I want to work in a bar thing.
Fair. Also, speaking of that, I know you said Clem is your sister.
Yes. By family kind of thing. It's yeah, it's we're a really fucking complicated family tree. Lots of adoption.
Okay, adoption makes much more sense. Cause I don't mean to be rude, but they're a fucking orange.
Yeah, there are. But trust me, it's always been a little bit weird.
Well, Patrice is like moving their hands as if they're gonna say something, decides not to. It's maybe deciding against not saying something, decides not to again, and just gonna like drink their.
Yeah. So like, I mean, how's your training been going?
It's going. My mentor was fantastic. They taught me how this way of fighting that I excel at. My the whole my family line, all the magic stuff. It's not quite there yet. I wanted to, but it seems like fighting is much better. But I'd still need some working on myself. You didn't hear me say that, but I think I need
Of course.
to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I've only recently gotten that bear thing down, so that was actually kind of fun. That was the first time really getting to use that on the train.
Yeah, that seems exciting, but dangerous, but exciting.
Yeah, I mean, fire, bear, and then there's this whole connection to dragons that I have. That's interesting. I really should investigate that a little bit more. I just get really angry and then get kind of scaly.
Huh. That's a new thing.
Yeah, we learn all sorts of new things about ourselves when we fight.
Yeah, we really do.
I mean, other things, not each other. I mean,
you know.
I mean, we haven't sparred in a while, so I mean, maybe we could do that at some point. But
maybe we got some free time.
Yeah, free time.
Don't know when that is, but
free time and space, because I guess we're going to a very rich person's house, and I don't damage anything there.
Oh, but that'd be fun.
Yes, but no. But yes, but no.
I think that'd be a good spot too.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So, and then you enjoy the rest of your meal. I will say, it's quite nice, flavorful, and you have tea or coffee to wash it all down, clear your tummy, all that perfect stuff. You're quite full though. You're definitely very full. And then we'll move on to the next seated person. Well, actually, Hoshi, are you back?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So since you're seated, I'm let's go to the seat. We will not make you the fifth wheel. We'll make you the middleman. And so you've seated. Did you also want kanji, or would you prefer to go somewhere else?
I don't want to get separated from everyone,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like a good idea. So I'll go with the kanji.
Cool. And I mean, if you request rabbit meat, they probably got it on them, and they'll be okay, what we could do is maybe make you some skewers, and grill it real nice, add some sauce.
I mean, I want it rare. Just look at the oven in terror and bring it out to me.
Oh, okay, yeah, got it. And tea or coffee?
Tea, definitely.
Tea, all right.
And Hoshi will spend a little bit of time chatting up the wait person just to find out what's going on in town lately. Like any interesting coming and goings, maybe spread the tale of Moof, bringer of death.
For me then, please, your choice. Performance, if you rather spread more tales of Moof, and whatever you wish to please, or society if you want more information about what's going on in town. I'll give you a bit of both. It's just which one would you rather have more of?
I think we'll go more society. That's a 20. Wait, is that a 20 or a 17? That's a 20.
Nice. So this we'll say waiter. Taking your order. And essentially when they come back with a pot of tea, that's when you can kind of ask your questions. Did you want anything specific, or just general ongoing? No. Your information.
Let's see. I don't know too much about our particular goals here. So more general ongoings.
And so the guy just goes, oh well, let me see. There's a big gala going on. I heard. I think it's going to be at the museum. I have no idea who's running it or whatever. It's some of that fancy rich folk type of vibe. It should be happening real soon, actually. I think a day or two, really. I think. I don't know the date exactly. They got some item or whatever on display from all the way from Shangdu. I don't know. I'm not really into that kind of shit. But yeah, a lot of rich people seem to be talking about it.
Something from Shangdu, you say?
Yeah. If you head around the museum area, I think they got it. Those posters, those really big scroll type things. It's literally they displayed pictures of it. It looks like a skull on a stick to me. I have no idea what its instances, I just pass by it. I'm not really into that kind of shit. I
With
said
my
shit. I'm
background,
sorry.
with that my background in
Mhm.
archaeology, do I know anything about a skull on a stick?
Make a roll for me. I'm pretty sure I told you a bit about this item, but and your DC is not going to be too high for it. I just want to make sure you can grab it and figure out what I told you.
What type of role do you want?
You can use your lore if you'd like.
Theater lore? That's that's like a 12.
Mm.
Wasn't a natural one.
That's good. You remember, like, from the train, the things that you kind of were. Oh, excuse me. I burped. I knew the Mountain Dew was a bad idea. So you have heard of a couple things, and then you're pretty sure what you're after is ritualistic in nature. That much you definitely remember. It was a pretty wild night. And in terms of what this waiter seems to be describing, you're fairly certain whatever is on display in that museum might be the ticket, might be the thing that you're supposedly supposed to go after. It seems like it's right on the money at the very least. What it is exactly, well, bones have been used for several things throughout many years. They're still probably used for a couple things on display. So you're not exactly entirely sure. What you're pretty certain is that it is ritualistic in nature, and whatever is on display there is probably what you're after with this job. What it is exactly, who it's for, and what it does, you have no real strong ideas, but you got a theory at the very least.
Sounds good.
Did you want to ask the waiter anything else, or are you good?
I'm curious how the rabbit was.
Oh, the best way to put it is that so this rabbit was definitely very tender and very nice. You actually found it tastes better when you had it with the congee rather than how they served it to you kind of like on the side. You were like, oh shit, wait a minute. This is way much better. The textures, whoa, it's like one of those kind of feels. And I will also say the tea is just your standard green tea. But it was definitely good having a cup before eating your meal and then having a cup right after. It's like, oh wow, that first it cleared my palate, then it washed it all down. This is great. It's one of those things. Definitely a pleasant, humble experience.
Sounds good.
And now we move on to the second date. Can't believe I'm running dates. Today.
I don't know what you expected with us. Yeah, like it's in the name of the podcast, Goblins and Gays. Like,
what did I expect? I can bring up a lot of stuff, but like I'm not gonna do that to you while we have Craig and Georg, because then it'll be recorded how mean I am to you guys.
You've already roasted me once today. Don't do it
You
again.
asked for it. Actually, you're asking for it now too. But I am a humble king.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Okay, so I believe in chat you said you both wanted something savory, and since you wish to walk and talk, what we'll say you do is you'll buy your meal and then you'll just essentially walk around, get your shit digested as you eat. So that way you're also not straying too far from your group. Instead, you'll be able to kind of sightsee with all the other local vendors, and you'll probably be able to catch the other markets here and there and whatnot. So we can keep going as this happens. What you guys get, your crepes actually. They're called jianbing, which is essentially just Chinese crepes. That's what they're known as. They are more popular as a breakfast. And essentially, it's like you'll have your whole ass crepe plus like a couple eggs and deep fried crackers, savory and spicy sauces, chopped scallions and like coriander or something like that. I'll send you guys an image of what they.
Now I'm hungry. Thanks.
You guys wanted to go eat, and I'm fucking Asian. All we think about is food half the time. It's literally like a third of my day, food. So that's basically what she got. Oh yeah, sesame seeds too. And you get like a little basket of these. And they're nice and they're quick and they're not messy actually. So you find it very comfortable walking and talking.
Amazing. Can we talk?
Oh.
Damn, you get your gay date and I don't. Fuck you.
Yeah, of course. I'm muting myself.
Okay.
Speak, fools.
Okay. So, as any, adventures on the wide open sea of yours recently?
Not so much as on the sea lately, but what about you? I had no idea that you were coming here, or even what this job is.
Well, don't want to go into job details right now. The lady is going to get into that, but someone saw me in one of my very spectacular sites. Someone said I couldn't do something. As usual, I proved them wrong, and the person was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool," and then they hired me.
Proud of you.
Oh, thank you. I'm proud of you too. What have you been up to?
Oh, just running errands, doing this and that for the lady, traveling around.
Come on, there's gotta be more than that. You gotta go into detail. Come on.
I will regale Clem with some sort of light, fun stories that paint me in a good light, talking up my accomplishments.
You're very much going to get like a lot of like mini applause and like cute little quips in the middle. And it's just like, so what do you know about the mission we're going on right now, actually?
Absolutely nothing. I was just brought along to collect you from the train port.
Oh, okay. Well, from what I know, it's going to be a lot of fun, but also that's from my perspective. So, it's going to be chaotic.
Well, you have good taste, so.
Aw, you're too good to me.
I'm keeping an eye out as we walk around for like out of the food area if there is any sort of Clem merch around, and
Oh my god.
Yep.
Perception.
Oh no.
And because you're dating Clem, I'm gonna give you a +1.
We get hero points.
Yes, everybody gets 1.
Don't use your hero point on this. Don't do it.
Everybody gets 1.
That is a. Okay, wait, I can math. 33.
Holy shit.
Shit. Did you not 20 it or something?
19.
Okay.
Holy crap.
And you're looking for the fruit that shoots merch. Yes?
Yep.
You're gonna embarrass Rastan.
Right at the edge of where essentially you find that your vendors kind of end, and it begins with like tourist attractions. Like it's a hard to find definite line. It's one of those general merges. As you know, obviously food is going to bring in the tourists, and the place meant for tourists to buy things is going to bring in food. So you kind of are like walking along there, and just before you're about to like turn back, you spot a small shop, a small orange shop.
Oh my god.
On the front, you see that it actually does sell like oranges, like just oranges. But then you use your amazing eyes to just zoom in, and you clearly see several different types of merch for the fruit that shoots.
I excitedly like reach for Clem's shoulder, and I'm like, babe, look over there. Oh my gosh, we have to get stuff.
Oh my gosh, it's always weird seeing like merch of yourself. Oh gosh. No, that's gonna be embarrassing. Wait, what are the fruits saying, Aki? Are they saying anything? You said there's actual oranges, right?
Yes, there are actual oranges. Well, to be fair, when they're all bunched up like this, they're saying several different things, so it just kind of sounds like a crowd.
I feel like Clem is very, like, it's one thing about being praised by completely random strangers, because, like, yeah, ego boost, but your partner, it's like, oh my god, now I'm really flustered and embarrassed. Oh gosh, I have to cover my face. She'd be like, oh my, if you want to, oh gosh, you're making me red.
It's a good color on you. I mean, if you don't want to face the shop owners, I'm happy to grab something for both of us, but...
It's up to you. I am gonna wait here. It's, a little noisy over there, but It's still kind of weird.
Of course. And Az will sort of lean down, all the way down, and kiss Clem on the forehead, and then go buy some fruit that shoots stuff.
Oh my god.
Are you both entering?
I'm not. I'm going to sit at the side because I am very flustered.
Amazing. Okay, so as you enter this shop, immediately you see essentially a kobold, a green one, I'll say, wearing a t-shirt, and on the t-shirt it says it could be you. And when you see, he was kind of like facing, like his back was towards you, and then you entered and the little bell rang, and then he turns and it's just an orange with a gun on the front. And he sees you. He also has a little hat on, like a baseball cap, and it goes and says, "Oranges fear me. Men want to be me."
Fucking god.
And he seems excited to see you, and he goes, "Oh, hello there, welcome. Are you a fan?"
The biggest fan. I love your shop.
Thank you. I spend so, my wife was like, "Are you really gonna spend our life savings on a shop like this?" And I said, "You betcha." And here we are. I'm so sorry. My name is Clyde.
You could have said Craig and immediately activated everyone's fight responses, but you didn't. And
No. My name's Clyde. I officially run majority of the merch here. It's technically, I won't say it's official though, because I don't want to get copyright strike or shot by the fruit. But like he just points to a sign, and the sign says 100% fan store. Like, we take no claim. Like something like that.
Well, I'm sure that the fruit would never shoot a great fan like you, but those hats, that hat you're wearing is incredible. How much are they?
Just the hat is just like a silver. It's our more expensive stuff. Like we've got like pillows, but to be fair, it's just an orange with a gun on it, like that one. And then we got chibi oranges with cute faces, and my personal favorite is the figurine, but that's quite.
How much are the pillows?
The pillows are depending on how big you want them. It ranges. Minimum is about like 20 silver, because they're. I mean, like if you want to go like squeeze one, like I promise you, we don't animal cruelty free. I'm so sorry, this is too much. Other things, by the way, you'll see candles. You will see little keychains. You're also gonna see straight up like snacks, actually. Just
no, I left the snack outside, Aki.
You will also, and by snacks I mean like dried up oranges, like in a packet, like dried up sugar orange in a packet, like that. You'll also find like notebooks and stuff, like, but the cover is mini orange, the fruit that shoots stuff. And you will see shit, my feet, because you rolled so high. You will see there's a small sign with demo comics.
Wait, with what?
Demo comics. Like, it's a little demo of a comic book series that is currently in the make for the fruit that shoots.
Oh my god.
Yes. Okay, I want to buy 2 hats and like a demo comic.
Okay, ouch. I keep fucking hitting my wall. So for 2 hats, and I will say the demo comic is about 5 silver, so that's about 7 in total. Yeah. The merch is relatively cheap, for the record. Like, I'm gonna keep using your previous perception roll, because you basically, like, critically succeeded it. I will say, like, some of the stuff is cheaper quality, which is what you can expect with, meme merch. There are several shirts and shit like that. I will say the hats aren't that bad. They can definitely fit your head. Will they fit Clem's with her weird tree hair? You're about to find out.
Yeah.
And I will say things like the pillows are surprisingly good quality. The demo comic, like just the cover alone, it looks like the equivalent of like it looks like it's supposed to be like one of those detective black noir like films, but in a comic book form. So the art looks quite serious, but like still comic book. They basically are implying that perhaps the fruit that shoots is just orange Batman with a gun. You're not exactly sure, but this demo comic seems quite the quality was put into this.
Perfect. Beautiful. I am going to praise the shop owner a little more and then head back out to Clem.
He looks he looks really really like excited in general. Like you can get the type of vibe that the fruit that shoots fandom is quite niche. But you can assume that the fans are quite loyal based on this shop alone. And he just goes, "I'll just come back anytime. If you like the demo, make sure you send like a letter. There's an address at the back. Because you know like we're trying to get funding for like the rest of the comic. You know, it's just stuff."
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure it'll be great, and I will definitely send that letter.
Amazing. Thanks. When you leave, if you do choose to look at the back, I will say that it seems like there are also plans for a fruity con. Thank you.
Perfect.
This is all I could ever want, and I cannot fucking handle this right now.
Yeah, I put the hat on, I guess, backwards so that it doesn't interfere with my mask.
Yeah, it's a bit of an awkward but you can get it on. I won't penalize you for it. It's not like you have fruit growing out of your hair.
Oi.
Or it's on fire. I do want to say, Clem, was there anything you wanted to do? The late reaction.
Yeah. Well, it was because like I initially laughed, and then I was like, "Shit, I'm muted."
I'm muted. I can't.
Okay, Clem, was there anything you wanted to do while you were waiting for your girlfriend?
I mean, I guess just check out the area a little bit while I'm waiting, because you know, like, probably feel a little bit restless, stuff like that.
I will say it is a general tourist area. You know, you will see people that look actively like tourists taking pictures of fucking everything. And you know, you can just find a bunch of knickknacks everywhere and whatnot, and definitely a lot of how would I describe this? You would definitely see like essentially meme merch, which is incorrect to say because technically it's also propaganda in a way. Making fun of the Shangri-La royalty.
Huh.
Yes.
Interesting.
I won't have you roll for this since you live here. You do know Shang and Shangri-La, they do not get along whatsoever, to the point where when they got their independence in a way, it was a forced independence on both ends. Shang straight up changed government. So, like, you know, making fun of their once crowned royalties is very normal.
Meme propaganda. Curse, actually. There is actually something I remember I could probably do. I want to pray to Hiwaga, actually, but less of a prayer, and I just kind of want to deep breath, find a slightly secluded place, do whatever you need to do to make a prayer, and just say, "Hey, fuck you," and that's it. That's all I want for this prayer. I just want to say "fuck you" to him.
A D100 for me. Let me use me for a second.
Okay. I got a 98.
Okay.
So if rolling high means something,
all right. So I will say, you know, you're not wandering too far. You can still see the orange shop from like across the street. And just as you kind of reach like essentially where the street kind of turns a corner, you just decide to wait by whatever stall or whatever is there, and you do your little prayer. You don't have the means necessary or whatnot around you to do a full proper prayer, but I doubt you actually want to give this man a proper
yeah, I just want to deliver a polite fuck you.
Yeah. And so you simply like clap your hands twice. Put your closed hands like close to your face, and you give a stern fuck you. Just one of those. And I will say you get not body checked or anything. You get someone just deliberately brushes your shoulder when you try to turn, and you can only catch a glimpse of a shockingly handsome, you wicked smile. And
Hold on.
turns
I know
the
this is a
corner.
public place, so I can't shoot him in a public place. It'll create too much noise. What do I have that I can throw at him?
Got oranges.
One of your children?
You also got a Glock you could just straight up throw at him.
Wait, how far away is this person from me right now?
He turned the corner.
Fuck, I'm gonna chase after him. Can I give pursuit?
Yeah, it's a cloaked figure.
Okay. Do I have any fruit in my hair right now, actually?
Roll. Well, you ate 2 of them a couple days ago. Just for me, roll a d6, but -2.
Okay. I got a 4, so -2 is 2.
Okay, I will say then, since the last time you took, you got some fruit that are growing. Whether they're ripe or not, I can't say. They're definitely sizable.
All right. Am I still clumsy and enfeebled from last round or last game?
No. If you have damage and stuff, you guys are probably well over healed. You guys rested for 24 hours and whatnot. You could have gotten your healing done. You could have gotten your conditions removed. All that stuff.
Okay, so I know a pistol weapon will hit harder than a fruit. So what do I roll to throw a pistol at him?
Ranged, but you're not shooting him, right? You're throwing a whole thing.
Yeah, I'm throwing the whole gun. Because if I shoot in this vicinity, there's a lot of people, and that would cause chaos because it's a loud noise.
Did you maybe have something like a dagger on your PC or on your sheet?
I didn't actually ever properly do weapons and stuff like that, as you can tell from my damage output last time. But I will take a dagger if you let me have one.
I mean, I was gonna say maybe you could use those that kind of whatever it tells you to roll, because it's a ranged weapon that can be thrown. If you not, just roll regularly, but take out your proficiency, because you're throwing it, you're not shooting.
So just plus dex.
Yeah, just plus dex. That's
gonna be abysmal. Oh god.
Yeah, because you're throwing something, right? And I don't think you're trained in throwing a gun.
Using an improvised weapon.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of an improvised weapon, is what I'm thinking.
Fighters are trained in everything except for throwing guns.
I can't imagine why.
God. Okay, I don't think this is going to go in my favor, but I'm going to try anyways. Can I use my hero point anyway?
If you want to. I'm
probably gonna use this for later, but I really want to hit this guy. I rolled the exact same number, so that's the power of a 13. It's a 9 plus. Wait, yeah, it's a 9 plus 4. It's a 13. So that's terrible.
You throw the gun. A tail. You don't even make the distance to reach it. You're halfway there before it starts to plummet, and you're like, well, I just threw my gun. And then a tail comes out of that cloaked figure's area, a bright goldeny fur type of a tail, and it gets really fucking long, and you're like, oh, what the hell? And it simply catches your gun real good, and then it'll throw it right back at you. And I'm gonna need you to take, how much damage does your gun do naturally?
It only does a d6 of piercing damage.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to use it, because I know it doesn't actually deal a lot of damage per se.
Yeah.
But I will have to add another thing to it. And knowing me, of course I roll max, so please take 11 bludgeoning damage. As it whips you in the face. Or not the face. I'll say the chest. Actually. It knocks the wind out of you a little bit.
You in the tit.
Yeah, hits you in the boobs.
No, not my orange tit.
And you'll hear the figure go, oh, don't throw that. It's loaded, don't you know? He doesn't ever turn though. He's still fucking walking, and he's made distance. But you hear it as if it's right beside you.
Yeah, I'm gonna start running to catch up to him. I know it's loaded. That's why I didn't shoot it.
You gonna sprint after him?
Yeah, I'm chasing this fucker down. I need to shoot him politely.
So what are you gonna do? You gonna grab the figure when you catch up? Because he's not running away from you. He's simply walking.
I guess I'm good. I feel like Clem is going to catch up, like, yeah, I'm going to fight him, and then catch up and be like, wait, I still can't shoot my gun, and realize I didn't actually plan what would happen when I caught up to you.
But
Just like,
so like, but do you grab the figure? Do you turn them? Like, that's what I mean. Are you running in front of them? What's happening?
yeah, I'll grab them.
You grab
like,
them, and then they turn to you, and it's just like this tabaxi, and the fur is like more of a brown, really. And not tabaxi. Sorry, what are they called here? What are cat people called here? Are they still tabaxi in Pathfinder?
I don't know. Catfolk, tabaxi,
Yeah, they're just called
furry.
catfolk.
Catfolk. Thank you. Then I actually couldn't fucking remember. I was like cat. And you see, it's like this just like a brown haired, fucking short haired cat person, and they just kind of look at you and they go, can I help you?
Can I insight check this?
You want to?
I do. Was this guy temporarily possessed, or is he just bluffing? This is perception, right?
Yes, perception.
My rules are not being nice to me today. That's a dirty 20.
You're fairly certain that this is just a dude.
I'm gonna squint at him and be like, "What's your name?"
And he looks around. Whose child is this?
I'm not a child.
Did somebody lose an orange spirit? Help! You're drawing attention.
I will let this person go and be like, "Sorry, must have mistaken you for someone else." But I'm gonna say it like suspiciously, like still squinting, like I don't believe you entirely, but you're making a fuss.
The person will look confused as you walk away, and then just go back to their business. And roll another perception check for me.
Motherfucker. Okay, that's a 22. The dice have decided not to work well in my favor today.
You think you're kind of lost?
This bitch. Every day I stray further from God's light.
Okay, and as you're like walking out, and your girl's not there, you're excited to give them the hat that you spent your hard-working money, and they're not there.
I am going to sort of raise both of my arms up to try to make myself bigger and easier to find, and then ask a random person on the street if they've seen an orange walking around, and point to the hat and be like, or no, point to the comic and be like, they sort of look like this. Have you seen her?
Well, I'm gonna let you know right now, the fruit that shoots in the comic looks nothing like Clem. It is the most muscular orange you've ever fucking seen.
That's okay. I am in love, and that's what Clem looks like to me, is a Batman orange.
Amazing. You're doing all of this. You're like looking around. A lot of people are like, no, that's weird. No, where'd you get that comic though? It kind of looks kind of cool. You know, it's like, like that kind of stuff. Eventually you'll actually meet that same cat folk, and they'll go, oh, did the kid belong to you? They're down the street. Make a left.
Thank you so much for your help, and I will head over that way.
Thanks. Keep an eye on your kid, please.
She's not a kid, she's an adult. That would be weird.
That's unfortunate. Is all you hear. You two will meet up. Of course, given as has been given directions. Clem has been clemmed.
Clem looks pissed. Clem looks fucking pissed.
Oh no! What happened? You look a little disheveled and angry.
I've been hit in the face with my own gun, and I have never hated God more than today. The next time I see that motherfucker, I am shooting him, crowd or not.
Okay. Hey, did you throw your gun there?
Well, I couldn't shoot it, otherwise I would attract attention. So I, chucked it at, technically a random catfolk.
Yeah, I ran into that random catfolk. Didn't seem thrilled.
Well, he, wasn't a random catfolk for like a solid 15 seconds. I think it was possessed or something. Anyways, don't worry about it. I'll deal with this later. What'd you get?
They sort of lean down so you can see their hat. And I got one for you. I don't know if it'll fit, but also there was this comic. It's still like in production. They're trying to raise money to finish making it. But look, it's you. Isn't it so cool? And they hand over the comic.
oh my god, they make me so buff. And she looks so happy, like, I'm buff and I'm tall. And...
For reference, so the fruit that shoots in the, like I said, it's ripped, like, but like the equivalent of like JoJo ripped, you know. So the anatomy is right, but it's not. And for a head, it's a mask of a giant fucking orange, and you are also wearing like a trench coat, and you do have like cool guns, in the shape of guns. You got two of them though.
You know how in the Ember Island prayers where Toph saw like buff Toph on stage, he was like, "This is amazing. This is the best day of my life." Yeah, that Clem was like, "This is amazing. This is the best day of my life."
That's literally what you look like, honestly, just orange. Like, you're buff, you're that big, but your face is covered because you're wearing and because they're wearing an orange. And in Toph's case, they made her hair so circular, and her bangs covered her eyes in the Ember Island ones. That's how they made it pretty accurate, in my opinion. But like, you get what I mean? It's just what you look like.
They did your likeness so well. We absolutely have to read it. And then they said, the shop person, Clyde, said that, yeah, there's an address that we can send them a letter to tell them to, keep going with it.
Oh my god, this is all so cool. I didn't know there was a comic book or anything like that.
Right?
I think the fame is getting to my head. I think I'm too popular now.
There's no such thing as too much popularity for you. You deserve it.
Oh, thanks. Clem says, like, crying a little bit. Like, oh, great. Too nice. Thank you. I'm dying.
Okay.
I may be literally a fruit, but you're too sweet for me.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this bit up with you guys walking back. Clem is crying. Y'all are talking about the comic. You're finishing up your food, and I don't know, maybe someone was watching you. And so y'all meet up at the kanji place also, because you guys are just walking and having your adventure. Kanji people should be done by now, and then I'm assuming you guys are going back to the carriage.
Yes.
Yeah, let's head back to the carriage.
All right, you guys have eaten. I did put how much you were supposed to pay. And I'll say kanji people are like 2 silver each. My crepe people, for essentially they made a giant batter and then cut it up for you guys. So it's 1 silver total for the crepe people. You guys can split it. Excuse me, however you'd like.
Oh, I already took the whole thing out, so.
Oh, okay. As went. Don't worry, babe. I'm the only one that works.
No, I also took a silver out, so I guess we're getting double. And technically, since Az is a lot bigger than I am, Az is eating most of it, so.
Yeah, okay, that works too. And you guys kind of return, and the carriage is there, parked. They were chilling. You see Zipporah does have Nugget on her lap, but her, she looks rather stiff, but her hands are holding Nugget. So it's like, like somebody getting used to a pet. Who's never maybe
Suicide Squad.
Something like that, yeah. Just really, she's making an effort. She knows the chicken won't hurt her, but this is a chicken.
Yeah.
Is Han looking at all freaked out as we arrive back?
Hong is dabbing at their forehead. And he sees you and waves to you guys and goes, "Oh, good to see you all. Your instrument vanished. For real."
Hoshi will take a look at him, give him a big wink, and cast summon instrument. You mean this one right here?
It's magic. It's magic.
and then give him a big pat, like just a bit of encouragement.
He looks like he's dealt with magical shenanigans before, but like still didn't expect to deal with it from strangers, essentially. I'm assuming the rest of you load up in the back?
Yes.
Amazing. Hong is there once again to open and close the doors for the rest of you, doing his job as fancy butler. And then you, this time, you will take flight. And for those of you who have never flown before, which I'm assuming is all of you, except for Az, really, because Az got to fly today. For fun, you guys want to give me like a reflexive?
Uh-oh.
No, but I'll do it anyway.
On tablet. Wake up and tell me my saves. I just have it pulled up and on my keyboard.
There is no god. I got a 21.
That looks like a 19.
26.
Patrice?
I got it.
30. Okay. The best way to put it is that the above 23s, y'all feel it take off, and you just hands, you brace yourself, you hold onto the seat, or you hold upwards to the walls and stuff, and you're good. You're just like, ha. Especially you, Patrice. You're like, I'm not moving. You cannot move me. Let me see. Clem, you have a harder time bracing yourself. You're quite small. So bracing yourself for you is holding on to the seat with your grip alone, essentially. Luckily enough for you, you have Az. And Az is a wall, and
Good.
simply will just hold on to you as you take off. It's taking off, the lift off, that is the hard part. You know, because you gotta fly for quite a bit upwards before getting to the appropriate level where you don't fall over and whatnot. And also the carriages the seats are once again faced like front. The fronts are facing each other. So one of you guys are getting hit from the back end, and the others are getting pushed into their seats, and you're just not sitting in that end. Hoshi, you are also not sitting on that end, and you didn't make the save, so you just fling yourself. You don't fling yourself, but you just didn't grip, and you just get slammed into. I'll say you get slammed into Patrice.
You should hold on a bit tighter.
Yeah.
I think Patrice maybe like grabbed her shoulder, just make sure you don't fly and not bracing.
And landing is a lot easier. It's the sudden liftoff that gets most of it.
Minerva is better at this than the cart. It's like I fly in a bird all the time, but this cart is a death of me.
Well, to be fair, you're also not like sitting in the wrong end. You know what I mean? Minerva flies like to lift off is upwards and then going. This is also upwards, but when the carriage doesn't move upwards, the carriage gets pulled upwards. So, gravity. And then when you're properly up, the altitude will shift magic-wise on the carriage. The carriage just has to realize it's fucking flying.
The carriage is a delayed reaction.
Yeah, delayed, small delay. Like sometimes when you're trying to unlock a car, it takes a little bit. It's like that. Or start a car for most people. As you're flying, is there anything you'd like to do, or would you like to just get to the manor?
I just want to hold on to Az.
Hold on to ass? Sure.
Az, not Az. I mean,
as you do.
No, just Az, not Az, just Az.
Pretty good
Hold on
ass.
to the arm.
Yeah, and put her arm around Patrice.
Patrice allows it.
Can I say Moof tells that Hoshi is a fifth wheel and will just kind of rest a head on her lap, like it's okay, I'm here for you.
Yeah, if you want to.
Moof will give you attention, Hoshi. Minerva doesn't care, but Moof cares about you.
Okay. And you guys will arrive, essentially. How you enter is a bit weird. For you kind of realize after a while, you're flying into what seems to be a very large, thick wall that is kind of almost out of nowhere. It's not really appearing out of nowhere like thin air magic. Rather, it's the equivalent of something like, oh shit, I guess only Tick will really know, like the CN Tower. It's just there. And you're like, yeah, I know it's there, and suddenly you're beside it, and you're like, shit, it's a thick boy. For if you are interested in making a society check, you may. Though you don't have to. Clem, you live here. But the rest of you, if you're interested in a society check, you may.
Do that.
12.
21. Wait,
I got a
I don't think I
17.
said that right. I was trying to say 21, but I don't remember
you
if
got
I
it.
remembered 20 right.
Yeah, 21 now.
I was like, it sounds very close to the French. I have no idea what language you're trying to speak. 21. So majority of you will get this, except for Pyra. As it's a little bit wavered because actually, have you ever spent the night with Clem before? Like
Yeah.
at Clem's place?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, then
Come into the library.
then you probably know what this is as well. For you, Pyra, this is a wall going up
Yep.
Why
That's
are
a
we
wall.
flying into a wall? For the rest of you, you do know that this is actually the Pillar of Heaven, which is essentially a giant tower that is also a temple. And it stretches all the way up. And in fact, it you do for the higher rolls, you would know that it straight up also exists properly in Shangri-La. It's essentially just a bridge that goes upwards for some people. For the higher roles and the people who actually live here or have been in here, you understand though this is much more than just a giant tower temple. This place is where most people live. Actually, it's essentially like a community in a community. Yes, there are temple worshippers in certain areas dedicated to like scholars and mages and alchemists and tinkerers of the like, but there are straight up neighborhoods and stuff like that in here. There are little communities and whatnot, and it seems like you are flying into an opening that is on the higher ends of the you did fly quite a bit ways up. Also for the higher rolls, you would also know that this pillar is a neutral zone between both Shang and Shangri-La. Oh, and it's also very obvious that this temple is specifically for the knowledge god Hiraya. And they simply allow bitches to live in here and stuff like that. There is a little bit of a stopped border patrol. It's kind of funny. It's more like traffic control, not border control. And then they let you in eventually before flying up. And then you will see almost a whole little section of this tower. And it's dedicated to like several houses. And then you realize, wait a minute, it's just one house, isn't it? You will notice that big, elaborate symbol that kind of, I forgot to mention its shape, I believe. It's in the shape of a C. Along with a character in the middle that probably just says Chow. And you will see several gates with this giant emblem and crest on it as you kind of come across this large manor that essentially looks like Asami Sato's estate from Legend of Korra. And if you don't know what that is, like the Wayne Manor but Asian. I'll drop a picture in the chat for you guys because I do have something like that for where you're going. And you kind of bypass a lot of like the open lawn areas, where you can assume the carriage probably takes its time rolling up, and its fancy front lawn garden and whatnot. And you just simply land right at the front of the house, where you see standing on each side of the door are these large shishi statues, which are the lion dogs or fu dogs in English statues. And one is holding like a ball under his paw, and the other one is holding what it seems to be like a cub under her paw, and they're just standing menacingly, big bitches, quite literally, taking up the size of this door on each side. Yeah, like the Yushian Growlithe it looks like that, but more ferocious. And of course, you are what am I? Of course, Hong is there to essentially open the doors for you and kind of helps whoever needs help out of the carriage leave. And this estate is just massive up close. Now that you're essentially right there, you do you see a couple guards, I will say, patrolling the higher levels of this estate, but they are like ants in your vision.
Teeny tiny.
Yep. And Zipporah will get off, look at the rest of you, and go, you can leave your things in the carriage for now. We will deal with that once we realize who's doing what and where to get you set up and acquainted. But I believe the young miss might be home.
Should I leave the pets? Or not pets, the companions?
Oh, yes. Well, will they be in the best behavior? Because once again, we're going to have to leave the chicken
Yes.
with the
Yes.
fox.
I mean, Nugget will be on her best behavior. I don't know about anybody else.
Minerva is very much one that is well behaved, and Moof Moof is when I very much tell him to be. They should be fine to come in if you're okay with it.
All right. I trust your abilities to take care of your animals, but please don't let them run amok.
Of course.
We also do
I-
have a couple animals inside our estate as well, so just
Mhm.
for safety reasons. On both ends.
Nugget goes back in the sling.
Quick out of character question. I know these animals, like if they see another animal and I'm just like, no, they will like definitely listen, right?
Yeah, you have the Beastmaster.
Yeah. These are like loyal. I can say stand to attention, they'll be like, yes, ma'am. Dabs.
Essentially, yeah. Which is why I haven't been like, well, Nugget's got to make a couple reflex saves. You know what I mean? Like it's not like that. And Nugget is a small chicken that is essentially almost at all times manhandled by the giant barbarian bear. So, like, I'm not too worried necessarily. What I am worried about is if you guys just go, like, enter the home and go, run. Just, no.
They will be on their best behavior because Clem is like, I gotta make a good impression.
Okay, good. So you're brought in. The door opens. You actually will see a couple, like, it would appear like serving staff in uniforms, like maids, butlers, essentially. They will, like, give a bit of a bow and whatnot as they kind of see you, since you are traveling with Sephora and with Hong. And inside this manor is just it is the pinnacle of money, and money spent well, I want to say. Like, the decor is not garish or gaudy. Is there a lot of it? In some areas, yes. Like in the halls, there are paintings, portraits, maybe an occasional deco piece, like maybe a statue or something like that. Or an altar. You do see a couple altars here and there. If you peek in one room, you're pretty sure that's just a lot of shit in one room, and then you peek in the other and you're like, empty. Windows open, not like open as in like to let the breeze in, but the curtains are drawn back, so there's a bunch of natural light coming in. This is quite a lovely, expensive home. And Zipporah will lead you into what appears to be a study. Rows and rows of books, high shelves. There's like a couple potted plants here and there too. There's a desk seated kind of at the far end, where you would assume could be like the front of the room, though where you're entering, it feels more like at a side. And before you are essentially is a small table with couches that are also lavish with lovely soft cushions. They tell you to Sephora will say, take a seat wherever you'd like freely. And Hong, would you please tell the lady that we are here? And Hong will bow and be like, right away. And he goes off and does his job. And the rest of you are kind of left with being supervised by Zipporah, but you're left in the room too.
Patrice will look at Sephora and just, you'll have to pardon me. Who's our employee?
Did you not read my letter? Well, to be fair, I doubt you did. It's why you weren't seated, or you did not meet us where we were seated.
I glanced at it.
A glance. That is all right. Well, your employer, as well as my employer and good lady, is Alice Chow of Chow Enterprise. And you guys will know a bit about it, but if you want more further in-depth knowledge of Alice Chow, I will allow you to make society checks for general knowledge base. And this will be a everybody general knowledge. You do know that the Chow name is a long-standing rich family / company. You've definitely seen them or their name slapped onto things all around. For people in Sangala, if any of the new quote-unquote tech you've been getting, does have their names kind of slapped onto it. And by new, I mean you guys are several years outdated. It's like giving you guys a flip phone and everybody else has smartphones. But Chow's on there. You would have also known that the trains, of course, belong to the Chows, and they're spread out quite far and wide. In terms of specific knowledge based on backstories you guys got, I know you rolled shit but you were hired by Alice previously, a few times as well. So you know that the Chows dabble in a lot of things, and the current heiress is Alice. And for you, you do know, all you do know really is that she sponsors a lot of ships, and she's been searching for ways to kind of uncover and help new islands popping up from the wetlands, such as yours. Aubrey, you just know that you recognize the name, but
Like, yeah, that's a name.
it's the equivalent of sort of like somebody telling you a name of a brand and you go, "That's a brand."
Yep.
Like Gucci.
Yeah, like it's like I said Gucci to you. Okay, if
Like-
I went and said Armani and you go, "Huh, big deal," but like
Yeah,
because they're a
pretty
big
much.
deal, yeah, you know what I mean. But you
Does
don't
Pyro
know
why
what.
they're a big deal? No, she
Yeah.
just knows that they are.
Yeah, you know that the best way to put it is that you know that they weren't lying about the money and that you will be compensated. So maybe you can rest a little easy. Let's see. And okay, so for the rest of you guys who are in the highs, like as in 21 and above, you know a few things. You know that Alice is the sole heir and to the entire Chow enterprise. You are aware that she probably, like, by sole heir, you can assume she's got no siblings. For Clem though, you'd actually straight up know that there was an accident and there's only one survivor. Oops.
Ooh, okay.
That kind of vibe. You would also know a couple things actually, you high 20s people. You would know that that Alice herself has a very big interest in relics, in history, and in sharing, especially. She is a very big name in Shang, especially. She's actually very celebrated in Shang for essentially being quote unquote pro Shang and being so fucking helpful. That's the best way to put it. She spent a lot of her money in structuring several parts that Shang is now really well known for, such as the train ports. In fact, she designed the train ports, and well, they're a success. It's the best way to put it. She's also spent a lot financially endorsing a lot of refugees from the Underdark Mountains and whatnot. Thus, she's a very beloved figure in Shang. Does she have haters? Yeah, of course, because she's rich. She's disgustingly rich, which is kind of always on display, unfortunately. But you do know she comes from old money and has been using that money very well. And she recently got married. She was like the hottest fucking bachelorette for like the longest time. To the point where there used to be the equivalent of magazine covers with her on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the best way to put it, like Ford's 30 under 30. She's on it every fucking time.
Listen, Aki, I'm just saying, if everything goes well and we end up on like good terms with Alice, I'm just saying, Saturday night tea time sipping over our partners. Like, I'm just saying, hang out.
I will let you specifically know because you live here. You also do know that on occasion, Alice has when Alice got like married officially, a lot of people would stand outside her house and cry. And and two, because she has a high celebrity status, people do that.
They do?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I didn't know that's a thing.
It is a thing. Okay, honest, like, after this, I'm gonna show you some celebrities, like, shit that celebrities have had to deal with by simply being, hey, I'm in love. Oops, okay, you're not happy for me. Just Alice
Oh
is
my god,
one
I
of
didn't
those.
know this.
Alice is one of those figures. People definitely stood outside her house just to cry for several days. And two, you do know that she simps for her wife publicly in places she shouldn't. Like, she has interviews. She goes to political debates. And out of nowhere, she'll be like, "Okay, look, I actually have to leave. My wife called me, and we actually have a date now." Like, she's done shit like that.
Oh my god.
And and yeah, so these few things. And now you're in her home, possibly going to get a job from her, and maybe you may up to you whether or not you find this intimidating or not. It is, however, a lot of information to swallow for the people who rolled very high.
I just know she sips for her wife, and therefore it can't be that bad.
Yeah, I'm just a herbo.
Oh, yes, Sparlock, because you rolled almost a 30 for you. You do know that her wife is rather unique. And by unique, I don't just mean because she's fucking wonderful or anything like that. I mean, her circumstances are extremely unique. You're someone who's in the exact same profession as her with an archaeological background. However, with your role and your involvement with things like this, you will also know that there are rumors of her having been in stone once, like a statue, and she does look like an Oread. So you don't know exactly how exaggerated these rumors are. You've never seen Cleo Chow up close before, or in person rather, but you have definitely have seen like documents with her signatures on it, and she is quite known well in Shang, and several museums do wish to speak to her. But in terms of the things you've heard about her wife specifically, and the circumstances of the meeting, even, it's very weird. And you whether or not you chalk it up to just fucking rumors or not is totally up to you.
Sounds good.
So what ends up happening is you guys are waiting here for, I want to say, like 2 minutes before a couple maids walk in with several cups of beautiful china, essentially, and a glorious teapot, all made out of, perhaps it's jade. You're not exactly sure. You weren't sure jade. Some of you probably were not even sure jade could come in different colors, but this is beautiful. And they seat a cup out for all of you. They pour tea whether or not you want it or not. And there are snacks in the form of like little cookies and sweets placed in the middle and off to the side. So it's like a little catering cart. You can just either ask them to give it to you or straight up go and take it. And
I have an important question real quick. I'm sorry.
yes.
You say sweets. Are there any oranges?
You said important question.
I need to know. Can I hear the oranges talking? And if so, can I ask them questions?
No. They were... Okay, so there's no orange sweets, but there is an altar in... It's a small, very, very small altar in this room dedicated to, it would appear to be the god of knowledge. It's very, very small, and there is an offering of an orange there.
My god, I kind of want to like see if I can have an excuse to go pray to this god, but then just use an excuse to talk to the fucking orange and ask it questions.
Well, we are trying to wrap it up,
Let's
so
not do that.
I will say no for tonight.
For tonight, yeah.
Yeah, the dates ran way too long.
That's fun.
So, you are enjoying sweets. I know you just ate, but like, you think they care? You're enjoying sweets, some teas, and then from from the alternate entrance. So essentially, it's on the other side of the room. The door is pushed open. It's not bursting through or anything like that, but it's definitely moved a little rushedly. As you see this tall woman in a very clean suit, and her dress shirt is a couple buttons undone, and she's kind of just like pulling her tie off and then pulling off her hat. The best way to put it is that she does wear the equivalent of a fedora, but it works. have you ever seen Tilda Swinton in a fedora? It just works. And she pulls both off, and looks to the rest of you and goes, "Well, it's very nice to meet everybody finally." And we're actually gonna leave it off right here.
Okay.
Ooh.
I will also say that I forgot to mention Alice, suit or not, he's clearly this woman that is fucking jacked.
Girl boss.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the definition of girl boss, really. Ironically, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Yeah, that's it. Good job, everybody. I hope you had fun.
Yay.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you for coming. I will see y'all. We'll continue this, at least from here, next week. And we'll have everybody.
Yay!
Yay.
Well, thank you so much for listening to part 2 of the Shambhala mini campaign run by our wonderful Aki. If you like what we do here, please follow on Twitter, give us a nice review on our podcast channels, and remember, the most important thing is eat your vegetables. I'm Tick. Have a great night.
We're only getting a great night.
Exactly.
Don't worry, I'm going to tell that bitch to leave. Fuck you, Craig.
Need a new gay found family podcast?
We're a queer-led actual D&D play... Nope. We're a queer-led actual play D&D podcast of 4 best friends who are currently playing... Hold on. We're a bunch of queers playing D&D for a podcast. We're lifelong friends. We have space travel, magic technology, heist, horses, and a really gooey goblin. I'm stealing all of your stuff. I'm just going to say this entire ad.
We have great bonus content with the first episode of each arc available for free. In the entirety of the first arc, the Bone Rattlers. Each art is set in a... Excuse me. Each art is set in an in-universe history podcast about each planet in the planetary system. There's more than one.
We have a bunch of episodes available for binging and wonderful characters to fall in love with and hate, including some jank horses.
We have multiple arcs out that follow the story of
Val, a Triton. Val the Triton, an interplanetary criminal and MLG gamer. Horse rider extraordinaire.
Xerxes, a murderous demon that likes to wear dad hats. And sometimes rides a nightmare horse.
Patches, a part-time old lady, full-time ooey gooey cyborg goblin, and her trusty rusty steed, Horus.
And Adam, the small boy technomancer, and their journey as they grow and discover the truth to their pasts.
I was gonna be mad because I didn't do a character voice, and then I was like, no, I did.
Magic Dagger. If the true treasure isn't friendship, I'm gonna be mad.
I'm gonna be mad.
If treasure true, friendship bad?
Passengers, remain calm and please stay in your seats. We are experiencing pirate activity.
Oh, there's just something happening.
What?
Them. Oh no.
At the outer edges of space, where union is but a whisper, humanity scrapes together a living amongst the stars. This is the story of 4 Lancers, talented pilots of mechanized chassis from all corners of the known universe, thrown together by circumstance and destiny, and credits. Follow Matcha.
Oh, were we supposed to know each other beforehand? I mean, we're all gonna die, but I'm glad you figured that out now.
Moxie.
Well, I have absolutely no idea what you necessarily need me to do here, but if it's kill a bitch or fix a bitch, I can do both very well. You're worth 1 week of no chores, and you know what? I really need that week.
Roadkill.
I'll take in the front, those 2 are taking the back. One of them's going through the booty hole, and let's go.
I kinda need your help.
Fuck you, fuck you.
And Silver.
Here's like a little bit of money. Please go away. The ghost of your mistakes.
Led by me, Reed, your game master, through the Lancer system, a mud and laser style anime mecha RPG. I hope they brought some printers with them, because this is Bring Your Own Mech, an actual play Lancer podcast, and batteries are not included. Catch our first episode starting on July 29th, wherever you catch your podcasts, and then every other Thursday. Follow my heading, and I'll see you there.
Be gay. Roll dice.
An LGBTQIA actual play podcast network.